What would you do with $200 billion? For Jeff Bezos, retirement is just the beginning of a whole new level of luxury. From his fleet of private jets to his massive yacht collection, we're about to uncover the jaw-dropping ways the Amazon founder is spending his fortune. When Bezos stepped down as Amazon CEO in 2021, he had a whopping $213 billion to his name. That's enough to buy pretty much anything he wants. And trust me, he's been on a serious shopping spree. But before we get into all the crazy stuff he's bought, let's talk about the elephant in the room, his $38 billion divorce. Yep, you heard that right. Bezos had to give his ex-wife 4% of Amazon, which is more money than most of us can even wrap our heads around. So, what's a newly single billionaire to do? Buy a $500 million super yacht, of course. This thing is so extra, it even has its own support yacht for his helicopters. And that's just the beginning. Wait until you see his insane mansions and private jets, the Exquisite Car Collection. But a $500 million yacht collection ain't nothing compared to Bezos's jaw-dropping car collection worth over $21 million. I'm talking about rare exotic automobiles that'll make your head spin. Get this, he's got a Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita, and there's only 3 of these bad boys in the whole world. This thing's got a body that sparkles like 1,000,000 diamonds when the sun hits it, thanks to its crazy white carbon weave. And under the hood, a 4.8 L V8 engine with 1,018 horsepower, 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds flat. Insane, but that's not even the craziest part. Bezos also owns a Bugatti Veyron Mansory, aka the ultimate speed demon. We're talking 1,000 horsepower from an 8L quad-turbo W16 engine. This beast goes from 0 to 60 in just 2.5 seconds and tops out at a mind-blowing 253 miles per hour. And with a custom carbon fiber body kit, wheels, and revamped interior courtesy of luxury car tuners Mansory, this ride's worth a cool $3.5 million. And let's not forget about the Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. Only 13 of these were ever made, and Bezos snagged one for a casual $4 million. Then there's the Ferrari Pininfarina Sergio, another ultra-rare gem with only 6 units produced. That one set him back $3 million. But hey, even billionaires need a practical ride sometimes, right? That's where Bezos's 2020 Cadillac Escalade comes in, with its spacious interior and powerful performance. He's also got a 2018 Range Rover for those off-road adventures and a 2018 Mercedes-Benz S450 for cruising in style. Now, you might be thinking, with all these crazy expensive cars, Bezos must be living that flashy billionaire life 24/7. But get this, the man still drives a 1997 Honda Accord. Yep, you read that right. When asked about it, Bezos said, "It's a perfectly good car." Gotta respect a guy who appreciates reliability and affordability, even with billions in the bank. Sailing in style, his crown jewel? The $500 million super yacht named Koru, which means new beginnings in Maori. This thing's so big it needs its own support yacht just for the helicopters. Koru's got a sleek black hull, white superstructure, and classic exterior lines that'll make your jaw drop. We're talking 417 feet of pure luxury, with sails so tall they're causing major headaches for the engineers. No wonder the completion date keeps getting pushed back. But even with the delays, Bezos couldn't resist taking Koru out for a spin in August 2022. It set sail from the Netherlands and cruised on over to Rotterdam, where they finally got those 3 massive masts set up. And if you thought Koru was impressive, wait until you hear about the Flying Fox. Bezos rented this bad boy for a casual family vacay in the Mediterranean back in 2019. We're talking $400 million worth of luxury, complete with a helipad, swimming pool, spa, and even a freaking cinema on board. But here's the crazy part, the Flying Fox was just a rental. Bezos's own yacht collection is on a whole other level. These aren't your typical rich guy toys. We're talking custom-built masterpieces with amenities that'll make your head spin. Picture this. You're chilling on the deck of one of Bezos's yachts, sipping on a cocktail while the sun sets over the horizon. You've got a private chef whipping up a gourmet meal in the kitchen, a masseuse waiting to work out those knots, and a whole team of staff ready to cater to your every whim. But it's not just about the luxury. These yachts are also decked out with state-of-the-art technology. We're talking high-speed internet, advanced navigation systems, and even mini submarines for those underwater adventures. Of course, all this opulence comes at a price. Bezos's yacht collection is worth a staggering $1 billion, and that's not even counting the ongoing maintenance and staff costs. But hey, when you're worth over $200 billion, dropping a few mil on a yacht is like buying a pack of gum for the rest of us. So next time you're scrolling through Instagram and see those pics of Bezos living it up on one of his yachts, just remember, this is a whole different level of rich. We're talking floating mansions, private chefs, and amenities that make first class look like Coach, taking to the skies. Let's talk about Bezos's wild helicopter collection. This man's got a fleet of choppers that'll make your head spin. I mean, when you're worth over $200 billion, why settle for just one whirlybird, right? First up, we've got the Eurocopter EC-130, a sleek single-engine beauty that's perfect for zipping around town. But Bezos didn't just buy this baby off the shelf. No, he had to trick it out with all the bells and whistles. We're talking custom leather seats, state-of-the-art navigation systems, and even a built-in espresso machine. Because let's face it, when you're a billionaire, you can't be caught dead sipping on some weak gas station coffee. But the EC-130 is just the tip of the iceberg. Bezos also owns a Bell 429 Global Ranger, a twin-engine workhorse that's built for speed and comfort. This thing's got a spacious cabin that can seat up to 7 people, plus a baggage compartment that's big enough to fit all your designer luggage. And with a top speed of 178 miles per hour, you can bet Bezos is using this bad boy to jet off to his various mansions and yachts at a moment's notice. But here's where things get really wild. Bezos also has a freaking Sikorsky S-76 in his collection. This is the same type of helicopter that the President of the United States uses. It's got a range of over 400 miles, a cruise speed of 155 miles per hour, and can comfortably seat up to 12 people. Oh, and did I mention it costs a cool $13 million? Yeah, that's pocket change for Bezos. But these helicopters aren't just for show. They play a crucial role in Bezos's personal and professional life. When you're running a multi-billion-dollar empire, you can't afford to waste time stuck in traffic. That's why Bezos uses his choppers to hop between meetings, oversee his various properties, and even take the occasional joyride with his girlfriend Lauren Sanchez. Speaking of Sanchez, she's actually a trained helicopter pilot herself. In fact, she's been spotted flying Bezos around in his EC-130 on numerous occasions. Talk about a power couple, am I right? Private jets. These aren't your typical first-class cabins. We're talking about planes so luxurious they'll make you question everything you thought you knew about flying. Let's start with the big kahuna, the Gulfstream G650ER. Bezos doesn't just own one of these bad boys, he's got 2 of them. At a staggering $150 million a pop, these jets are the epitome of aerial opulence. With a top speed of over 1,110 kilometers per h and a range of more than 13,890 kilometers, the G650ER is the ultimate way to travel in style. But it's not just about the specs. Bezos's G650ERs are tricked out with all the bells and whistles. We're talking handcrafted sofas that transform into cozy beds, state-of-the-art entertainment systems, and even a full-size bathroom with a shower. Because let's face it, when you're a billionaire, you can't be caught dead using one of those cramped airplane toilets. And with room for up to 19 passengers, Bezos can bring along his entire entourage on his globe-trotting adventures. Whether he's jetting off to a private island or attending a high-stakes business meeting, the G650ER ensures that he arrives in unparalleled comfort and style. But the G650ER is just the beginning of Bezos's aerial arsenal. He's also got a Bombardier Global 7500 in his hangar, a jet that's so advanced, it's practically a flying fortress. With a range of over 14,000 kilometers and a top speed of Mach 0.925, this thing can get Bezos from New York to Tokyo without breaking a sweat. And let's not forget about the creature's comforts. The Global 7500 boasts a spacious cabin with 4 distinct living spaces, including a full-sized kitchen, a dining area, and even a private bedroom. It's like having a 5-star hotel suite at 40,000 feet. But perhaps the most impressive part of Bezos's jet collection is the level of customization. Each plane is tailored to his exact specifications, from the leather upholstery to the custom artwork on the walls. It's like having a flying palace that's completely unique to him. Of course, all this luxury comes at a cost. Bezos's private jet collection is worth a staggering $1 billion, and that's not even counting the ongoing maintenance and staff costs. But when you're the richest man in the world, dropping a few $100 million on a plane is just another day at the office. So next time you're stuck in economy class, trying to drown out the sound of crying babies and snoring seatmates, just remember, somewhere up there, Jeff Bezos is living the high life in his flying mansion. It's enough to make you wonder what other insane luxuries this man has up his sleeve. A glimpse inside Bezos's Majestic Mansions. This guy's got mansions that'll make your jaw hit the floor. I mean, we're talking properties so luxurious they make the Ritz look like a Motel 6. First up, there's his sprawling estate in Medina, Washington. This place is like something straight out of a fairy tale. It's got 5.3 acres of pristine land, complete with a main house that clocks in at a whopping 20,600 square feet. But that's not all. There's also a 4,500 square foot guest house, because apparently Bezos's guests need their own mini mansion to crash in. And let's talk about the amenities. This place has got it all. A trampoline room, a spa, a mini golf course, and even a freaking boathouse. Yeah, you heard that right, a boathouse. Because when you're Jeff Bezos, you don't just park your yachts in the marina like some peasant. No, you've got a whole separate house for your boats. But Medina is just one piece of the puzzle. Bezos also owns a jaw-dropping property in Beverly Hills that he snagged for a cool $165 million. This place is like a small city. It's got 8 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a tennis court, a golf course, and even its own freaking helicopter pad. Because why drive when you can just hop in your chopper and zoom off to your next meeting? And let's not forget about his pied-à-terre in New York City. Bezos dropped a casual $80 million on a 3-story penthouse that's got more square footage than most people's entire houses. This place is decked out with all the bells and whistles, custom marble floors, floor-to-ceiling windows, and even a private elevator that'll take you straight to your own personal rooftop terrace. But perhaps the most mind-blowing property in Bezos's portfolio is his massive ranch in Texas. This place is so big, it's literally got its own zip code. We're talking over 400,000 acres of land, complete with a bunkhouse that can sleep 32 people, a saloon, and even its own freaking airport. Because why fly commercials when you can just land your private jet on your own personal runway? Of course, all these properties come with a hefty price tag. But when you're worth over $200 billion, dropping a few $100 million on a mansion is like buying a pack of gum for the rest of us. It's just another day in the life of Jeff Bezos. So while we're all slumming it in our tiny apartments and cramped houses, just remember, somewhere out there, Jeff Bezos is living like a king in his own personal empire of luxury. It's enough to make you wonder what other insane extravagances this guy indulges in on a daily basis. Daily billionaire life. So what does a day in the life of Jeff Bezos even look like now that he's retired? I mean, how do you spend your time when you've got more money than God? Well, buckle up, because we're about to take a deep dive into the daily routine of the world's richest man. First things first, Bezos is all about that healthy lifestyle. He wakes up every morning at the crack of dawn, usually around 5 a.m., and starts his day with a hearty breakfast. But we're not talking about your typical bowl of Wheaties here. No. Bezos likes to fuel up with a gourmet spread that'd make Gordon Ramsay jealous. We're talking freshly squeezed juices, organic eggs from his own personal chicken coop, and even caviar if he's feeling extra fancy. But Bezos isn't just about the finer things in life. He's also a total fitness freak. After breakfast, he hits the gym for a grueling workout that'd make most of us pass out from exhaustion. He's got his own private gym, complete with state-of-the-art equipment and even a personal trainer to keep him on track. And let's be real, when you're worth over $200 billion, you can afford to splurge on the best of the best. Once he's done pumping iron, Bezos gets down to business, but he's not exactly punching a clock like the rest of us. Instead, he's jetting off to meetings all over the world in his private plane. One day he might be in New York City, schmoozing with other billionaires and cutting deals, and the next he's in Dubai, checking out the latest and greatest in luxury real estate. But it's not all work, and no play for Bezos. When he's not busy being a business mogul, he likes to indulge in some seriously extravagant hobbies. For example, he's a huge fan of kiteboarding, and he's been known to drop hundreds of thousands of dollars on the latest and greatest gear. He's even got his own private beach in Hawaii where he can practice his moves without any pesky paparazzi getting in the way. And let's not forget about Bezos's love of fine dining. This guy eats at some of the most exclusive restaurants in the world, and he's not afraid to drop some serious cash on a single meal. We're talking $1,000 bottles of wine, $500 steaks, and even gold-plated desserts. Because when you're Jeff Bezos, you can afford to eat like a king every single day. But perhaps the most mind-blowing aspect of Bezos's daily life is his shopping habits. This guy spends money like it's going out of style, and he's got the receipts to prove it. For example, in 2018 alone, he dropped a whopping $88 million on a massive clock that's designed to last 10,000 years. And let's not forget about his $42 million purchase of the world's largest geothermal power plant. Because why settle for a boring old retirement when you can buy your own freaking power plant? But while Bezos's daily life might seem like a never-ending parade of luxury and excess, he's not just blowing his billions on frivolous things. He's also a major philanthropist, and he's donated huge sums of money to a variety of charitable causes over the years. From funding education initiatives to supporting the fight against homelessness, Bezos is using his wealth to make a real difference in the world. So there you have it, a glimpse into the insanely lavish daily life of Jeff Bezos. From his early morning workouts to his wild shopping sprees, this guy is living the ultimate billionaire lifestyle. Extravagant purchases. Let's talk about some of the wildest, most over-the-top purchases he's made since hanging up his Amazon hat. I'm talking buys that'd make even the most bougie billionaires blush. First up, there's that insane $500 million super yacht he's got on order. This thing is so extra, it needs its own support yacht just for the helicopter landing pad. I mean, can you even imagine? A yacht for your yacht? That's next level, man. But even a $500 million floating palace ain't enough for Bezos. Nah, he's gotta have a super exclusive, super pricey mountain hideaway too. We're talking about his $78 million compound in Maui. This place is like something straight out of a movie, with a main house that's almost 5,000 square feet and a guest house that's bigger than most people's regular houses. And let's not forget about his epic real estate spree in the other 49 states. He's got prime properties in places like Beverly Hills, where he dropped a cool $165 million on a bonkers estate with all the bells and whistles. We're talking tennis courts, golf courses, greenhouses, you name it, this place has got it. But Bezos isn't just about the big ticket items. He's also got a thing for crazy expensive timepieces, like that $12,000 Ulysses Nardin watch he's been spotted rocking on the regular. I mean, for a guy who could buy a small country, that's practically a bargain. Of course, no billionaire shopping list would be complete without a couple of private jets. And Bezos, he's got two of the best money can buy. Those Gulfstream G650 ERs are like the Rolls Royces of the sky, with price tags of around $75 million each. But hey, when you're the richest dude on the planet, what's a couple $100 million between friends? And let's talk about that wild $42 million clock he's building in the middle of nowhere, Texas. This thing is designed to run for 10,000 years, which is longer than most of us can even wrap our heads around. But for Bezos, it's just another Tuesday. So yeah, it's pretty clear that Bezos isn't afraid to splash some serious cash on the finer things in life. Luxury beyond price. I'm talking shindigs so swanky, you gotta have a net worth with at least 9 zeros to even get a whiff of the guest list. Picture this, a secluded private island, decked out with every luxury you can imagine. We're talking Michelin-starred chefs flown in from around the globe, rare vintage champagne flowing like water, and a guest list that reads like a who's who of the rich and famous. And there, right in the middle of it all, is Jeff freaking Bezos, rubbing elbows with the creme de la creme of high society. But it ain't all just glitz and glamour, my friends. Nah, these gatherings are also about making moves and shaking hands. You've got business moguls, politicians and influencers all mingling together, cutting deals and forming alliances like some kind of real-life Game of Thrones. And Bezos, he's the king of this particular castle, holding court and calling the shots. Take the Amazon Mars conference in Palm Springs, for example. This ain't your average tech convention, folks. No, this is where the biggest brains in the biz come together to talk shop and show off their latest and greatest. And who should make a grand entrance with his very own robotic dog Spot? None other than Jeff Bezos himself, of course. Talk about making a statement. But it's not just about the flashy entrances and high-tech gadgets. These events are also a chance for Bezos to flex his philanthropic muscles. He's been known to host charity auctions and fundraisers that raise millions for causes close to his heart. 'Cause when you've got more money than God, you might as well use it to make the world a little bit better, right? Of course, not everyone gets an invite to these exclusive soirees. Nah, you've got to have the right connections and the right bankroll to even get your foot in the door. But for those lucky few who do make the cut, it's a glimpse into a world of luxury and power that most of us can only dream of. So yeah, while we're out here grinding away at our 9-to-5s, Bezos is out there partying with the elite of the elite. But don't think for a second that he's just blowing all his cash on champagne and caviar. Nah, this is a dude who knows how to make his money work for him and for the greater good. In fact, his approach to philanthropy and investments has been making some serious waves lately. Philanthropy and investments, but hold up, cause we ain't even scratched the surface of what makes Bezos tick these days. Since hanging up his CEO hat, this dude's been on a whole new level when it comes to throwing his cash around for good causes and smart investments. See, Bezos ain't just about the fast cars and fancy parties anymore. Nah, he's got his eyes on the bigger picture now. Take that Bezos Earth Fund he dropped back in 2020, a cool $10 billion to fight climate change. That's right, billion with a B. And he ain't just cutting checks neither. He's all about them nature conservation projects, fixing up our food systems and bringing ecosystems back to life. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, folks. Bezos has been spreading the wealth to all kinds of do-gooders and brainiacs out there. Non-profits, schools, you name it. If they're making a difference, Bezos wants in. 'Cause for him it ain't just about the short-term flex. Nah, he's playing the long game now, looking to make an impact that'll last longer than any yacht or mansion ever could. And let's not forget about the moves he's making in the biz world too, like when he scooped up the Washington Post back in 2013 for a cool $250 million. Some folks might have scratched their heads at that one, but not Bezos. He sees the value in keeping the news game strong and honest, and he's putting his money where his mouth is. But even with all that do-gooding and empire building, Bezos still can't resist a passion project or two. Just look at Blue Origin, his space baby that's been taking up more and more of his time and dough. In fact, the homeboy's so serious about this space thing, he's been dumping $1 billion worth of Amazon shares into it every single year. And with Blue Origin's first crewed mission already in the books, it's clear that Bezos ain't just shooting for the stars. He's trying to build a whole new world up there. But perhaps the wildest part of Bezos 2.0, the dude's in it for the long, long haul. I'm talking 10,000 years long. That's how far ahead this $42 million clock he's building is supposed to last. Tick-tock once a year, chime-ding once a millennium. It's like some sci-fi fever dream, but that's just how Bezos rolls now. Always thinking about the future, always investing in the wildest ideas he can find. So yeah, the Jeff Bezos of today ain't quite the same dude who was just trying to sling books online back in the day. He's older, wiser, and way more focused on leaving a legacy that'll outlast any of us. But don't get it twisted, he's still got more money than most of us can even dream of. Bezos versus other billionaires. So how does Bezos's baller lifestyle stack up against the other big dogs in the billionaire club? I'm talking about the Elon Musks, the Bill Gateses, the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world. Well, let me tell you, Bezos is in a league of his own when it comes to spending that cash. Take Elon Musk, for example. Sure, the dude's got more money than most of us will ever see in a lifetime, but he ain't exactly known for his lavish living. Nah, Musk is more about practical investments, like his $50,000 collapsible home. Can you imagine Bezos kicking it in a tiny house like that? Not a chance, my friend. But it ain't just about the cribs neither. When it comes to their rides, Bezos and Musk couldn't be more different. Bezos is all about rare high-end whips like the Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita and Bugatti Veyron Mansory. Meanwhile, Musk is rolling in a fleet of electric cars that match his biz. It's like comparing a Ferrari to a Prius, you know what I mean? And don't even get me started on the private jets. Bezos has got not one, but two Gulfstream G650 ERs, each one worth a cool $150 million. Musk, he's just one of them bad boys for his travel needs. I mean, can you even call yourself a real billionaire if you ain't got a spare jet tucked away somewhere? But here's the thing, it ain't just about the toys and the trinkets. Bezos and Musk are setting trends in the billionaire world that go way beyond what kind of car they're driving or how many zeros are in their bank account. Bezos, with his love for all things ultra luxe and extravagant, is showing the other fat cats what it really means to live large. I'm talking about mountain clocks that last 10,000 years, the sprawling estates in every corner of the globe, the yachts that need their own yachts just to keep up. Musk, on the other hand, is all about innovative investments and sustainable living. He's showing the world that you can be a billionaire without all the flash and the excess, that you can put your money towards changing the game, whether it's with electric cars or space travel or whatever else gets his gears turning. So yeah, Bezos and Musk might be playing in the same league, but they're running completely different playbooks, and the rest of the Billionaire Boys Club, they're taking notes, trying to figure out which way the wind is blowing. Because at the end of the day, it ain't just about having the most zeros in your net worth. Nah, it's about leaving a legacy that'll last longer than any yacht or mansion ever could. And Bezos? He's got that legacy thing down pat. From his philanthropy to his investments to his crazy passion projects, this dude is thinking way beyond just his own lifetime. He's trying to change the world $1 billion at a time.